We're continuing with C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity, Book 2, Chapter 3, The Shocking Alternative. And he starts off by saying, or almost like a recap of the previous chapter, Christians then believe that an evil power has made himself the prince of this world. He talked about like we're in occupied territory. But it, of course, raises problems. And his own words are, is this state of affairs in accordance with God's will or not? If it is, he is a strange God, you will say. And if it is not, how can anything happen contrary to the will of a being with absolute power?
And it's a great kick-off, isn't it, that he argues that God has given humans free will, that he allows them to choose between good and evil, and it is having this freedom that is necessary for real love and for real moral growth. But having this freedom also allows for rebellion, which is why evil exists in the world. And so I think one of the salient points of the chapter here as we kick into this is that God created human beings with free will so that they could freely choose to love him and obey him. But free will also makes evil possible. But conversely, it also makes real love, goodness, joy, all of that stuff possible as well. And a world where people had no choice but to obey God would be a world of mere automatons.
And it's a classic argument, the free will argument. It proves that there is an all-loving God, despite the fact that there is evil and suffering, which we'll come to momentarily. There's this wonderful, as soon as I read it, I thought of myself being a teacher back in the UK. So he says, you make a thing voluntary, and then half the people do not do it. That is not what you willed, but your will has made it possible. I remember taking out a school trip in the local area where I taught, and it was a boys' school. It was like a careers week, going off to a huge factory. And I stood them outside, and it was this revolving door. And I went through the door into reception, and I said, oh, they're here. Can we bring them? They were going to have a little tour. I said, yeah. And I looked back, and I made the mistake of waving them forward, and they came like a massive herd and all got stuck in this revolving door. To this day, I don't know whether they did it on purpose or it was just the idiocy of young minds. You make a thing voluntary, then half the people do not do it. And that's what he's saying here. And in a way, it's just true, isn't it?
Well, it is true. We see it played out all the time. I mean, we used to say in the Navy, isn't it, one volunteer is better than 10 pressed men. You know, if you make something voluntary, no one wants to do it, so you have to have 10 pressed men because there's only one volunteer to 10. Go out and bash them over the head and drag them in.
I was told never to volunteer in the Navy.
Yeah, it was always voluntold, wasn't it?
You will report here at this time.
That's right.
Well done for volunteering,
Yeah, all those who wish to volunteer, one pace forward, and everybody else would take one pace back, and you'd be left there like the numpty on the flight deck.
That actually happened to me.
Yeah.
That actually happened.
Yeah.
I looked around and thought, why am I the only one at the front doors?
Well done, boy. You come here. Oh no, I didn't mean it.